Ooh, I do love the art.
Okay. It's been long years, and you've labored in the fields, like all of the peasants from your village, sweating hot and dirty in the summer, only to shiver under threadbare hides when winter came. This year's harvest ended like all the rest, but autumn's work was particularly hard on old man Roberts. You visit his bedside at his death. The constellations. I haven't seen them since I was a small lad. The empty star has risen in the sky. 50 winters past it's been. Under the light of that strange star, a portal opened in the old stone mounds, and I saw jewels and fine steel spears and mighty armor. But I ran. When the Iron Men attacked me, I wish I had taken my chance on a life of adventure. An old man Roberts dies at the bedside upon your visit. The empty star is once more rising in the sky. A person with courage, whether just another peasant or not, could take the chance that old man Roberts didn't. And so today you and others have decided to take that chance. You stand before the monolithic rocks outside of the village and the old stone mounds under the starry sky. The empty star is clear and bright above you. There are 3 large stone blocks leaning haphazardly together to form an upright rectangular portal about the size of a grown person. They seem to be placed directly under the star's path. As the empty star ascends to its brightest point, the light catches in the portal, and a shimmering stone-lined corridor is visible beyond the stones. Oh, let me get the tokens back.
Elgi steps forth and says, and turns to the others who bathe in the light of the portal, and to the throngs of peasants beyond them, watching and waiting to see what happens. And he declares, "We must, we must to us. We have only the one night. Into the hole, and anyone else who wants to see these jewels that Robert spoke of."
It kind of reminds me of like Beauty and the Beast with Gaston, like storming up, like he's like you've got some like actual uh, well-to-do people from the town, and then you've got this like horde of peasants that are, following you all into
Follows
this.
them, yeah.
Um, okay, can everybody see? Um, everybody should be able to see the tokens and the portal and the.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Um, grasping your ukuleles and your pitchforks and your wood chopping axes and everything with a white knuckled grip, you step into the starlit portal that was not here before today, and thoughts of jewels and scorching wheat fields foremost in your mind.
All right,
Don't take
everybody
like
in.
Elgi advances with his axe and shield at the ready.
All right. You also have control of your peasants, and I'm going to make them different colors so you can. So I'm going to make yours like yellow.
That might be helpful.
Yours will be pink, and yours will
So
be like
match
purple.
pink. My color to yellow to match.
Oh yeah. I'll make yours yellow. That's a good idea. and then pink, and purple,
Oh, like I meant on
green.
my account thing at the bottom.
Oh, yeah.
So
That's
it's not
handy
covering
too.
our icons.
Oh, sorry. I can change that.
Oh, it's cool.
Purple's my vibes. Let me change to that purple. There we go.
But yeah, Elgie's gonna walk cautiously forward, like he's prowling on the hunt.
Even though the hallway is visible from only one side of the portal, you're treading on solid flagstones after you enter into the other side. The starlight fades as it reaches into the hallway, and it dead ends at a stout, iron-banded door on the opposite side. There are jewels and crystals above the door in a kind of constellation pattern, different shapes.
No, I was thinking this was a terrible idea until I saw those. And now I'm kind of into it. Let's go out and check the shinies there.
He squints in the darkness and turns and shouts, "Someone bring a light!"
One of your, well, actually,
Do they have it?
yeah, we'll say your peasants have light. You've got light.
I got a peasant with a flint and steel at least, so he's like
Yeah.
something.
I've got a couple peasants with some wood, so we can put it together.
There we go.
If anybody needs fabric, I got you covered.
There we go. Torch, easy.
Yeah, we can
Wood.
build torches.
There we go. We got torches.
The resourceful peasants band their resources together, the last bits of things they have from the harvest that has failed this year, and they manage to make torches.
Oh boy.
And I'll actually give your peasants some light as such. Do all the peasants kind of have it, or just one group of peasants?
I mean, if we have enough to go around.
Elgie himself has a lantern that he's willing to just hand off to somebody, but he needs to have his spear and his shield ready.
Okay.
Or his axe and his shield ready.
I'll keep it on one group of peasants then. All right. What do you do?
I'm going to cautiously approach the door.
When you approach the door, it does look very well made, and it's iron banded and looks really tough. Looking at it, it's clear to you that it does look locked and secured.
What's it made of?
Rickard is a wizard and a locksmith, so
Oh.
he can't resist the door. He's
Nice.
like, I've got to see what's going on with this.
It's made of heavy oaken wood and then iron bands securing it across.
Okay. He'll step back and urge the wizard on. This is your place of expertise.
All right.
Is there anything I can? So is there any obvious keyhole, or is it seam or handle or anything?
There is a handle, and there is a mundane lock. And then there's the jewels that are set almost like stars in a constellation pattern up above the door. Otherwise, the door appears to be mundane, but very well made, shut, secured, and locked, with a handle and a lock key.
This pattern,
Hey,
what does
you,
it mean?
Over here. You'll call up a peasant to actually
Right.
open the door.
You can move your peasant up if you want. Yeah.
Anybody else got any ideas? But hey, open that door.
Do you have one of them?
Go ahead.
You
Hey,
have-
go ahead.
You have one of them try
Hey.
to open the door.
Really getting into the spirit.
Okay. They try to open the door, and it doesn't budge. But nothing happens.
right.
I'm going to stand on the shoulders of one of my peasants, and a little reluctantly start poking at the jewels, see if anything happens.
Who's poking at the jewels? Is it Elgie?
No, Elgie's gonna let somebody else
sorry,
do
not
this.
Elgie. Pepper dip.
Pepper dip, yeah.
You start to poke at the jewels, and as you poke at them, like bing, 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 and then they start to light up, and all of a sudden you see like they light up, and then something coalesces, and make a reflex save.
Oh, no. Alright. Well, let's see here. Reflex. D20. 15, 16, 17. Nope. 16.
16. Whoops. Oh no. Hold on just a second. I'm going to also give this to all players so that I can see it. There we go. Light just coalesces together and beams out and shoots out at Pepper Dip, and it shoots him in the hand that was holding the object or the thing you were poking with, and it zaps your hand for 1 point of damage.
Note to self: red shirts.
So, is there any like they're looking like stars over it? Is there a way to pick out one that looks like the star that appeared in the sky that would be obviously analogous to that?
Yeah. When Rickard takes a look at the star, the pale star from the constellation does appear in the center at the top of it at its zenith.
Is that the one that got poked, or was it just a bunch of them getting poked randomly?
I was just kind of poking around.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you notice that the starlight from outside is cast on the inside, but it's not hitting that pattern. It's not hitting the door.
Hey Cal, poke that one. So I've just rolled up some peasants, and I just happened to get a wizard's apprentice in my 0 levels. So
Oh, wow.
it makes sense with Rickard actually having an idiot apprentice with an intelligence of 5. So he's the first one he's making poke that thing.
All right. You poked the pale star, the one at the center at the top.
Mm-hmm.
Upon poking it once again, and it like charges and like light beams into that center star, and then it shoots out. Make a reflex save.
So Calvin, we'll say his name is an 18.
18. Let's see. Takes 3 points of damage.
All right, and he's still alive. Bear.
Wow.
I know he's a pretty beefy for 0 level. If he had 4 hit points.
That's
you
like
didn't
his
get
actual...
him to be your apprentice.
Right. That's what he actually is
his
used for. As an
intelligence.
apprentice.
Yeah, exactly. He's an idiot. He's a wizard's apprentice. His intelligence is 5.
He turns around to Rickard, and his face is scorched and fire blackened and stuff. Like, it's hard to imagine how he's still alive, but and his head's smoking, but he's still alive.
Maybe one day you'll be a wizard, Calvin.
Not today.
Yeah.
It's really good.
All right. Any other ideas? Some time passes, and the starlight pouring in from the portal begins to cast further down the hall, but has not yet reached the door.
I'm gonna go back.
I got a mirror or anything?
Sorry, what were you saying, Mo?
I'm gonna go back outside.
Okay. Yeah, you can move back outside. When you go back outside, the stones, the other side, there's nothing behind it. But you just see, you see the pathway on this side of the stones only.
So like, don't know. Does anybody have a mirror? I don't think any of my characters took that.
No.
I've got a lot of money with, or no, I don't have it on Elgie. It's a different character. I'll wait till they come in. Hey Ross, got a question, like player to GM question. How do you feel about retroactively spending money on gear? Like if we have the money, if we could afford something, but we didn't think to take it.
I'm okay with that. And let's just say we do it now. Like, but once you get on the inside, it's too late.
Okay.
Because I have a surprise at the end of the session, but
I'm out of money for Elgie. I will.
you're gonna buy a mirror.
I can't. He doesn't have any money left.
Oh crap. Okay.
I spent it all. I actually spent it all on other engineering gear. I didn't think to get a mirror.
Oh, I didn't spend any. I didn't buy shit.
Didn't even think about that.
I didn't buy anything.
Forgot about equipment. How do I forget about equipment?
It's actually really important in this game.
We can say.
I thought we would just be given it by DM.
I just figured
if
whatever I had at 0 level, it was good enough for them. Man.
Page 73 is equipment to buy.
we can just say if someone wants to have bought a mirror, we'll just go with that. But it kind of makes sense to me that these people would not have thought to have brought equipment. Like they're not professional adventurers per se. So that still makes sense. And
I mean, is there anything basic bottom line that we should have?
Nope.
I would say light, but we'll say that you've improvised light. And of course, he said he had a lantern. So, anyways, for a mirror, well, there it is. Mirror hand size, 10 gold pieces. Does anyone have that?
Not a current character.
I've got my fine tools as a locksmith. Is any of them wouldn't have a mirror on that?
Yeah, not for a locksmith.
No.
But if okay. Well, anyways,
I mean, Zaria has the funds. You
want to buy a mirror?
Does somebody propose that?
Yeah. Sure. One of you guys points to one of the peasants. Go, run, get a mirror, fast.
Wondering, as time passes, is it just getting closer to the gem?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Pepperdip's least favorite thing is being patient, but so it would seem.
All right, you send one of your peasants to go and get a mirror. It does cost 10 gold pieces. Do you purchase a mirror, Maya?
Yeah, Zaria can provide the funds.
One of your peasants hands you a mirror, and you have a mirror now.
Poor peasant. He could have fed his family for years with that money.
That's a lot of money.
Oof.
Here's your reflective surface.
$1? I ain't never seen $1. Oh.
I hope it's shiny enough for you.
Aw. Okay, what do you do with the mirror? The constellation is growing closer to and the time that the peasant left, got the mirror and came back, the starlight is casting further down onto the hall and is almost at the door.
One of you guys will point to it. Hey, Calvin, you want to do it? Get my
Wizard's
apprentice
Apprentice?
again. Yeah.
Okay. His name's Calvin, of course. Okay. What do you do with Calvin?
Try to stand at the edge of where the starlight is reaching and hold the mirror. If you can, if your other peasant will hand it to him, to try and get it to hit the gem at the focal one.
All right.
Yeah.
Using the light from the pale star and casting it onto the gems at the topmost point, the pale star, the door. You can actually hear a mechanism click on the door.
All right.
Wondrous.
I nudge one of my guys. Opie, go. Why don't you Go touch the door.
Opie trundles forward. What does Opie look like?
Opie's
Like actually
tall.
Opie? Oh, he's tall. No.
Oh.
Actually looks like Opie.
Tall, gangly. Bit of a hunch.
Opie he's gangly and hunched forward. He trundles forward to the door and what did you said to open it?
Yeah.
It opens without a problem, and and the door opens. Let's see here. Just on the hinges, just the door opens into another room, and you see in here another room with flagstone floors, and from the light that you have, that's what you can see from here.
All right, Calvin, go ahead. Nope.
You send Calvin in.
Yep.
So does Calvin have a light?
Presumably, if we made enough torches, if one of my guys had a torch, they'll hand it over to him.
Okay, you
I don't know how
do.
many we
I was
have.
just wondering if you want him to have a light. All right. So with them having a light, when they go into the room, you see another stout door, just like this one, on the opposite side of the room, and there are 4 iron statues flanking the door, 2 to a side. Every statue is showing a fighting, like a soldier or a knight, and they're all like they have a spear, and they're aiming it all at the same point toward the door.
Once the door is actually open, Elgi's gonna push forward again with his shield and axe.
All right.
Kind of shoves through the peasant throng.
Okay.
Steps up to
as soon
eye
as
the
you
statues.
get right here, all of a sudden the statues like rotate slightly, and then like the spears launch from their hands.
Oh boy.
Make a. Oh, actually, I make an attack. Okay, let's do it.
Heck.
What's his AC?
I am adding that up right now. I'm actually not entirely sure what it is. Okay, so he has a 12 AC.
Okay, 12 AC. So 2 of them hit. 2 of the spears like barely just whiz past his head, but 2 of them. And you said you have a shield?
I do.
All right. Let's see. 2 of the spears slam into him, doing 11 damage.
Ooh.
Elgi is very dead.
The 2 spears, they're huge. They impale him. They slam Elgin on the opposite wall. Elgin hangs there, impaled by 2 spears.
Oh my goodness, I knew this was a bad idea. Is he okay?
Yeah, just going. That's all.
Zaria kind of just peering over. Well, another mystery ahead.
Proctor Vishte, not originally part of the group, has decided to investigate the portal when you're at the entrance.
He's entered the fray.
Dr. Vishte.
Turn back! There's a dead guy in here.
Now the statues, their throwing hands are forward and empty of spears. Otherwise, it looks like a 5x4, like a square room with a door on the other side, and then these like 6-foot tall statues in armor.
I just thought to ask, what are the walls made of in here?
The walls.
Like we've got flagstone floors.
Yeah, once you enter into this room, they have the walls are stone, but the pattern of the stone doesn't fit the way you would usually like cobble stones together, where you would overlay them. Instead, they fit a kind of zigzag pattern with notches that don't follow the way you would usually overlay brick or stone. There's a kind of blue lichen to it that reflects back to you under the light.
So, Vishta is going to come forward, kind of muscles through the crowd of peasants, and then finds the body, sniffs at it, and then points to one of the groups of peasants, the group who are mostly wearing yellow apparently, and tells them, "You! Pry those off, get him down. We need to bury him later."
They obey, and you now have 4 spears, and whatever else you want to take from your fallen, whoever that was.
Fallen warrior.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He had a good amount of stuff that may be useful to somebody. He's got 2 hand axes, a side of beef, a lantern, a crowbar, 50 foot of rope, a shield, and padded armor.
All right, you take it.
I'm not proud of this, but I'm gonna take one of those axes.
Okay. I wanted to go ahead and mention what all he had in case anybody else wanted some stuff. Brock Vishta is definitely going to claim the man's shield.
All right. What do you all do?
All right. Hey, Calvin, go examine those statues.
Do you need the damage profile for those hand axes?
Oh, yeah. Calvin, he waddles forward and checks the door, and he's like, "It's open, boss. It's not locked."
Good work.
I tell my group
Alright.
to move up. Go on, get now.
Like up in front of you? Yes. Do you tell him to open the door, or he checked the door? Nothing happened when he touched it. Or,
Okay.
Yeah.
As a wizard, the first step, Calvin, is to open the door. Okay, open the door.
Open the door of your
Yeah,
mind.
you say that, and he just like looks dumbfounded, like that, and you're like, "Open the door," and he's like, "Oh,
Yeah.
okay," and then he opens it.
Okay, all right, and tell me what's in there, Calvin.
Calvin peeks around. He's like, "It's a big room. There's a big statue and some real pretty floors."
Okay. Statue, you said?
Yeah.
What's the statue look like?
It's a real big guy, muscly, armor, and he's pointing at me. That's the best they could see, like in the dark. Like you'd probably.
That's very calm of you, Calvin.
I'm gonna send
Just to not be tedious, I'm going to increase the range though, because I assume that you would eventually want to check it out. So
Yeah.
parts of the room. So
Let's see.
send my cousin Fatmouth in there. He's a halfling too,
Fat mouth.
and he can see in the dark pretty decently. Fatmouth, go take a peek there, bud.
It's a bunch of like Irish people, except one halfling, just one, and his name's Fat Mouth.
Fatmouth Flanagan.
Oh my
Hey,
goodness.
I don't have vision stuff on Vishta yet.
Thank you. Yes. Let me find him.
Vision also is weird now, but that's okay. That's
Okay. Oh, I think that the one I was using for vision is also gone. Let me do this. All players.
oh. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's because that was the only people that had the light. Okay.
I'm gonna say the lights on the peasant group yellow still.
Okay. I'll
They've
do
just
that as
kind of
well.
been keeping the lantern among them.
All right.
But Vishta doesn't have a light. He's got. He's focusing on holding one of those spears currently.
All right. Okay. When you enter this chamber, nothing happens. A bunch of peasants. Who's green? Green is
That would be my guys. Those are
Lanyard.
Richards and Calvin.
Calvin, he enters the room, goes, 10, 20 feet forward, and nothing happens. It's a spacious chamber, but the floors here are marbled, and there's a door on each wall. At the far end is this, like Calvin, like he had said, this huge, towering statue. And there's a hand outstretched, the index finger pointing at you all as you come in the room. The statue wears animal hides, and his eyes look intelligent. There's an engraved neckline with an amulet and charms around the neck, and a grimoire hangs beside a broadsword on the hip of the statue.
What does it look like this statue is? Is it a human?
It does look like a human man.
And there's a grimoire on the statue, you see. Calvin, you want to be a wizard, right?
Uh-huh.
He just stopped smoking.
Get a closer look at that statue. So it doesn't move or anything. Like when we move around the room, the finger stays the same. It's not like following us or anything.
If you send Calvin forward, as he moves, all of a sudden, no one else is moving. Calvin moves forward to take a closer look. The statue rotates about the base, sliding stone on stone, the finger tracking Calvin.
Oh, I got a weird, stupid thought. Just in case there's another trap that's gonna shoot us, can we how are these doors anchored in? Like, can we take those down and use those as shields or anything?
Do you want to try to do that? Like rip the...
Yeah, I want to
rip
try
the
to get my
shield off?
peasants to do that.
Let's see. It takes some time for you to do that, but you're able to, your peasants are eventually able to rip off this heavy banded door. It looks like it would probably shield a couple of people and give you an AC of +4, but you can't move with it in combat. You would have to kind of set it up like an obstacle in advance sort of thing, if it were a combat action.
I love the image of just 4 peasants just walking slowly up with a door.
Yeah. Just waddling.
That's
with
kind of,
it.
yeah, they're like shimmying with this big door now, yeah.
Can I look at this lichen, being kind of like a healer and an herbalist, and I also have an herbalist that's like within my peasants. Can I look at the lichen to see if there's any properties, whether they're good or bad in them, whether it's nutrition or healing or poison or anything?
You're not sure, but you could try to take some if you want. But looking at it, what you can tell is this is the most strange substance you've ever seen. It's not like anything you've seen.
Okay. Huh. Well, then I'll have, I have an elven forester, we'll call her Elavina. I'll have her go ahead and take some samples.
Okay, you...
Tell Elephant the Elf to eat some, yeah.
You now have samples of blue lichen, your elf does.
Sure. Maybe it'll be useful.
All right, what do you all do?
Proctor Vishta is going to let the peasants go ahead, and he's just going to kind of follow them and direct them around while they hold up this door. And kind of try to keep the door between them and the statue.
Okay.
After what happened to the last guy, they don't trust it.
As they start to move instead, the statue rotates away from pointing at Calvin and like slides into place and points toward you all instead.
Ooh.
So what happens if we have 2 people moving opposite directions near the statue.
You want to try it?
Yeah, so Calvin, get a little closer.
Opie, go at him.
All right.
And if y'all start circling maybe opposite, when you go clockwise, or he'll go counter.
How big is Calvin?
Let's see. He's average size. He's about I don't know, average height.
Calvin starts to move first, right, and the fingers tracking Calvin, and all of a sudden it stops in place and immediately starts rotating away from Calvin towards Opie, as Opie starts to move, and eventually it points at Opie.
How close can Calvin get before it starts?
So long
Basically,
as
I'm trying
Opie
to
is
get
moving, you can get all the way up to the statue.
Okay.
Hey,
So,
do that dance you do.
All right, Calvin. So he had a grimoire and some was it hide armor or something? And I forget he's trying to. Sorry.
It's made of stone, but as he approaches, there is a name written on the grimoire. It is in there's no way Calvin speaks other languages other than Common, right?
He's not even
it's pretty
got a
much.
solid grasp on that yet.
Right.
Yeah, I think he's illiterate, so he.
Yeah. There's a name.
Oh yeah, literacy is not a given in this game.
But he
Yeah, especially with the 5 intelligence. Yeah.
he doesn't recognize it, and he doesn't know what it is. But it's made of stone. But there's a huge thing like of symbols on the grimoire.
Okay. So he can't tell me what he can't really. It's like, oh wait, Calvin's an idiot. Crap.
And so, and so we're seeing a door on each wall, right?
Yep. Each wall has a door.
Opie, check out that door. You were good at that last time.
This door right here?
Yeah.
Is it just Opie? Or is it
Yeah.
all your peasants? Okay, I'm gonna move
No,
Opie
just
by
Opie.
himself. Kind of like
Okay.
I did with this. And alright, does he open the door?
I could get him to look at it first. Does it look locked or?
It doesn't look locked. This door is different. It's of a simpler design, but still well made. For a place that looks vacant for so long, the doors are in good condition to have wooden doors. But it's a fine wooden door, and it doesn't look like it's locked.
Well, if this portal hasn't been open for 50 years,
Your time.
what's the air like in here? Like, are there any smells?
Yeah, you do kind of have a smell of old, tepid water, like you might in a stone cistern. And then the smell of like that you might get before a coming rain, like that kind of grainy, kind of nostril stinging smell.
Okay.
And then otherwise the air is stale and very still, and it's very, very quiet.
You said the walls in here had that pattern that kind of Brownian pattern, pretty much, right?
Yeah, like it's not like instead of stacked normally, it just seems to zigzag in ways that don't make any sense.
80s shopping mall, gotcha.
And you've
I'm gonna
discovered
tell
what
Opie
this is
to-
now. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, the whole time. Gonna tell Opie to very carefully open the door, but also be like, but hurry up.
Opie, as he was moving towards that, the statue is doing its thing, and then as Opie opens the door, all of a sudden, like flames shoot forth from the outstretched finger of the statue. And,
Opie, no!
make a reflex save.
Oh, he's terrible at that. Oh, you got a 15.
All right. +6 to hit. Does a 24 hit?
Yeah, his armor class.
No, he jumps out of the way.
He's an agile fella. No, he's
Opie
hit.
phases through the flames. He clips through the floor and just launches into the sky.
Diamond skin.
Opie takes 4 points of damage as flames shoot out a gout of flame. He's able to dodge out of the way of the most of the blast of the flame, but yeah, it licks him for 4 points of damage.
There's just like sizzling boots with some stumps.
There's nothing left.
He's gone.
Opie is completely gone.
Okay.
Arms of the angels.
Okay.
And now all of a sudden the statue, after it's pointed at Opie, it just starts to rotate now.
Praktivishta and the peasants are going to
Okay.
start running to the opposite door, because that was obviously the wrong door to pick.
Like this door?
That door.
All right, you make it to that
Okay.
door, and you notice that it is not locked, but it is closed, and it's a nice wooden
Okay.
door.
So
think,
as far as
while the-
magic works, oh sorry, go ahead.
While the peasants hold the barricade up, Praktivishta is going to burst open the door.
Okay,
Oh boy.
the door opens without a problem. Now, what were you saying, Maya?
I was gonna ask, as far as magic works, I know there's no like limit of number of times you can do it, but like, so can I just
Yep.
do a spell whenever and then see how angry my god gets?
Yeah, I'm sorry, you're a cleric. It's
Yeah.
still a spell check.
Oh yeah.
So you don't want to get into a disfavor range, but otherwise you
Right.
would still make a spell check. So you'd roll a d20, add personality, I think, and your cleric level.
Yes.
And
There's a
Right.
check button next to the spell entry on your sheet.
Oh.
yeah, roll 20 does it automatically. That's cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
The thing is, in this game, the spell's effects have a varied outcome, and you
Right.
get a bigger spell effect the higher you roll on your spell.
I don't have anything on my Roll20 sheet though. I didn't like fill it in, so
That's all right.
Okay.
I'm going on my own. But yeah, I do have something that might help us with this. But I mean, if he's just kicking the door in,
I'm gonna hold off to take her so she can take her action,
Okay.
because I kind of did two things in quick succession there. So yeah, go ahead and do your.
I mean, we'll kind of call out to you, and she'll just say, "Wait for just a moment, friends. I might have some insight. Perhaps that might be useful into what these doors may hold." Yeah. So she has wrong PDF. She has second sight. So she's thinking she's gonna try to see what could happen when this door opens. Like, so I guess this, since you set up this exact scenario. So if he kicks in the door, with the peasants holding the door behind him, she wants to kind of see into that future to see what happens with that.
Sure. Okay. Go for
Okay,
it.
so let's pull up the character. So personality is a +0. Level is a +1. Okay. Let's see what we can get. What vibes dice should I use? The dark. Let's use this one. I use my charcoal dice. Okay. 13.
That is a weighty die.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They're chonkers. So let me see what 13 is on the spell.
Throw that at the statue.
Oh, that's not good. Okay. It's not bad.
What does
For
it
one
say?
round, the cleric glimpses the future. In doing so, he gains great insight in the most effective manner to complete any action. The cleric receives a +4 bonus to a single roll of his choosing on the next round, whether it's an attack roll, damage roll, skill check, or something else.
Okay. So I hear a mechanical benefit, like basically you can add, like Dungeon World, like add a +1 forward kind of thing. But
Yeah.
I'm also hearing like that you get an insight into what's about to happen. Are those two things like separate things, or is it both?
That's just the flavor text of it. You use some method appropriate to the cleric. You augur the future. In doing so, you get an insight to the consequences his actions will bring.
Okay.
So that's like the flavor text. But yeah, it's telling me I get a small glimpse into the future. Yeah. So I kind of see what happens with this.
With the door, or with
Yeah,
the statue,
yeah.
or okay, with the door.
I mean, I don't know how wide the span of, like, how wide that span is.
The way I would read it, because I bet further down, I bet it gets bonkers, right? Like I bet it gets really powerful. So the way I read it is basically you could make a skill check right now, like a wisdom check, and then to figure something out, and you'll be able to add that bonus. That's what I'm thinking. I don't know. Because I'm guessing it's going to get really powerful eventually, and this isn't like its full form yet. So what is it that you would want to know?
I mean, essentially, she's looking to see what happens when he kicks in this door.
All right, you can
like she's basically like, is he gonna get torched like poor Aki did?
Right.
Is what she's kind of looking for.
Make a
like, is
wisdom
the statue just gonna? Okay, cool. So wisdom.
You have to beat an 11. I know that the common DC here across the pages is 15, unless it's a saving throw. But
is wisdom will? No, that's a save. What's wisdom?
I'm sorry. That wouldn't be. I don't have any.
Oh yeah, this is DCC. There is no wisdom.
None
of us are very wise. Otherwise, we wouldn't be in this profession.
I don't have my stuff. I have it up here actually.
I think
a lot of the times, if it's wisdom, it'd be intelligence or personality. If it's cleric stuff.
I think it would be whichever would be better for you, personality or intelligence, and I'll give you different results.
They're the same.
Okay, yeah, it'd be intelligence then.
All right, got a +0, boys. A 3.
A 3. Crap. And then what do you add based on the spell?
Oh, +4.
4. Okay, so you got a 7.
Yeah.
Okay. With a 7, I'll tell you what you do see. You're not sure what happens when that door opens. However, whether it's something given from your god or not, you do notice that as they're about to open the door at the base of it, there are scorch marks that are already there.
Okay. That's something. So, I mean, I guess she kind of just like pulls out like these glass orbs that kind of float for a moment, but then she catches them and she looks over towards the door and she's like, I would perhaps not open that.
As all this is happening, the statue has started to point towards who's Bink here.
Oh no. That's us. That's my cousins. What's gonna happen?
The statue has been able to rotate in that time to point towards them. 6 plus +4 does a 10 hit anybody? Just do one.
Only Fat Mouth.
Okay, Fat Mouth. Here it goes.
No.
Fat Mouth takes 6 points of damage, and does Fat Mouth survive? I guess before I do the next thing.
No, he's just, there's just a big of ash and
basically what you see happen is this thing.
There's just a nuclear shadow.
This thing is rotating, and as it happens across like everybody else, all of a sudden it's like a flamethrower, like.
Oh,
and it just starts shooting flames across the room, and it continues to rotate. What do you all do?
We are going to have to choose something.
Calvin, run the other direction, see if it follows you.
Calvin
run past it.
So,
have him run like opposite way, see if it'll follow him.
Calvin's running, but nonetheless, I'm assuming people are running away from the flame right now. I don't know.
Yeah.
Luckily, where I am, I just have to step slightly to the side.
Actually, where Vigo is, or where Vishta is, he can see that there's another door behind the statue.
Yes.
And he points off and says, "We can escape behind it!"
Yeah, and
Yeah, Rick.
everyone in this line can make a reflex saving throw.
Yeah, I was gonna say, which way is it turning?
No.
So I know which way to run.
It's rotating and shooting a flame across the room as it goes, like sweeping this fire across the room.
So, like, counterclockwise?
Yeah, I'll draw it. That's a great point. It's going this way.
Okay.
Okay.
Go
Yeah,
through the
shoot.
door
Well,
before I can get there.
let's see what a reflex save will do for me. Oh, yeah, I know I have nothing plus to my reflex save, I'm pretty sure.
14.
Pepper dip, you get a 14.
Alright, let's see. Is it just a 12?
12, okay. And then who is pink?
That's my guys again.
Alrighty.
Do I have to make them for my purple guys, too?
Oh yeah, purple guys, yes.
So,
Well,
is
no,
it
no,
one
just-
for each of
no,
them,
no, it
or are they a whole?
It didn't hit Zaria. It just hit
Oh.
this line here, so anyways.
Oh, okay.
What did you get,
Yeah, we're gonna start running.
Steve?
Got a 14.
14. They all pass. You're all able to dodge out of the way of this flame, this gout of fire as it starts sweeping across the room. Yeah, what do you all do? It's continuing to rotate.
Gotta run.
Make a break for it and maybe charge through that door. I don't know how fast it can rotate. If we outrun it, or is it going to catch up with us?
It does look like you could outrun it, but
Okay.
like it does. It's not rotating fast. It's just like a flamethrower, just like shooting fire across the room as it rotates.
Is there a space underneath it in which the flames aren't hitting?
No, it is a huge gout of flame, and it's creating a line of fire that would,
Okay.
impact anything as it
It
rotates.
is
like
a
this.
sweeping, blazing curtain.
But we could hop onto its rotating base, yeah?
Yeah. If you were away from its finger, I think that you could probably do that.
Okay. So as Zaria's running, and all of her people were running, she's like, "Do you believe stripping it of its belongings will take its power?" Like gesturing to the grimoire.
That's part
Or
of the
do we
statue,
just
though.
run for door?
What?
So yeah, I guess. Okay.
What is,
I'm torn.
Clarification. Sorry. Is it? Are the items on it part of the statue, or are they separate? Like we could take them off.
they're part. They're big stone things. So
Stone.
Oh, they're part of it. Oh, okay. Yeah, never
Yeah, I
mind
wasn't
then.
clear on that.
Steve, you didn't move into the flame, did you?
No, I moved kind of. If the flame was going this way, I went the opposite way.
Oh, okay. So you guys would be over here then. It's like so. The
Oh,
flame-
okay.
Yeah, the flame is like sweeping like this right now,
Oh, okay.
like that.
All right,
Oh,
then I guess we're just running for the door.
Yeah, I think that's.
All right.
I got a question.
Unless-
Go ahead.
Actually, I want to do something.
Okay.
I want to cast a spell, actually.
Okay.
I want to know if that is magic.
Ah, okay. Detect magic or something?
I do have detect magic, yes. Oh, wow.
What can it tell you at the higher levels?
I am about to go look at the spell description and find out.
I have it also.
Detect magic. Page 260. At 20 to 23. The cleric can determine exactly which objects or creatures are magically enchanted within range. In addition, the spell reveals creatures of non-magical origin. such as extraplanar creatures, demons, devils, celestial, or of non-mortal origin. The cleric can distinguish between magical creatures and non-mortal creatures. He can tell if different weapons or items or equipment on a creature are enchanted and whether a creature that registers as magical overall does so because of its cloak, for example, or because of something inherent to its blood.
Okay, that's a lot of stuff. And you got a 24, right? So
I got a 22.
22. Okay, so let's start with the general stuff, and then you can ask the specific stuff, okay? Because I heard a lot of
Okay.
stuff. Okay. So
Oh, I was halfway done. There's a ton that this did.
I love how the next sentence is further.
It's like St. Paul. Furthermore,
Give me just a second, and I'll just post it in the channel.
Yeah, while you're doing that, I'll give you some stuff based on what you said. You definitely sense something magical. And is it the type? You would know the type of magical thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Extraplanar creatures, demons, devils, celestials, and the undead.
You sense undead things behind this door. You sense something demonic behind this door. You sense something extraplanar behind this door.
Ooh.
And
Can't win.
or something that I would describe as alien in nature. Like it is not of those categories exactly. And then those are all kind of like creatures that you sense nearby. So anyways, what specific it sounds like you can ask specific questions of something too.
I can tell if they have magic equipment, or if they're magic because they have magic equipment.
Probably like about
And
the statue, right?
Yeah.
The statue, the different
Yeah, I can
weapons or
identify-
items.
Yeah.
I can identify magic items as well as the magic strength based on the approximate level of the spell that's generating them.
So this is what you're able to do using that spell. Something magical is controlling this, but this is not magic. This is some sort of mechanism, and it is not magically operated. There is in fact, yeah, and I would imagine your character even has that look. Like, how's that possible? But it is not magic. It is something that is actually causing that to happen. That is not magical power.
I'm going to shout, or I'm going to point my spear up at the statue and shout, "This is not of magic! This is an act of artifice!"
Yes, and it is an act
And if
of
we
art.
run in circles long enough, it'll probably go out.
it'll unscrew itself.
Yeah. Well, the gears will wore out.
Actually, that gives me a question. If this is artificial, so like that sheet of flame, are we looking at napalm? Like, is that Greek fire?
Whoops, I did not mean to. I don't know if I moved it. Oh, I didn't. Okay. I mean, in character, I don't think you would know what napalm is, but.
But yeah, that's why it's restricted to Greek fire. Is it like burning oil?
Oh, I'm sorry. I see what you mean. Yes, in character, it is clear, like you said, this is a thing of artifice. This is like something that is producing huge gouts of fire.
Vishta exclaims that if this thing's man-made, then that fire is being fueled by something. There's a reservoir somewhere that's pumping it, and it can run out.
All right, what do you all do? I would say you all can take like maybe another action without. Well, I don't want to be tedious here. It's clear to you that you're going to not need to be in front of this like huge flamethrower. So you guys are running Scooby-Doo around the damn thing, like, you know, trying to not be in front of the while he's like, oh, you know, and pointing and talking about it, like this magical person, you know, is talking about like how this technology works. But what is the plan? What are you all going to do about it?
We gotta pick a door eventually. Was it demon, undead, whatever?
If
Which one do we want to go?
yeah. wondering if they're one set off trap. Opie is certainly taking care of that one.
But he didn't open the door, did he? Like,
No,
he just went
just-
and touched it and then got destroyed?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he tried to,
Okay.
and then he got bathed in burning oil.
He praised the sun.
No, eventually, and everyone else that had mentioned, eventually your hypothesis turns out to be correct. And as you run and run and run, as you're about to like run out of collapse from exhaustion, eventually the fires give out and it sputters and it stops and slows. As this is not magical, it ran out of its fuel reservoir for the device that it was giving it fuel. So.
This is strange, though. This was set recently for us, then.
Hold on, so you said it was being controlled by magic?
Yeah, from your spell, you sense that there are magical things nearby. You know, magical creatures and entities, and that some magical thing is controlling this, but not powering it, and it's not operated by magic.
Visha seems a little concerned after his visions and says, and turns to Zaria, thanks her. Bless you. I appreciate you holding or staying my hand. There's something undead in that room that I nearly opened. And the boy, Opie, he nearly unleashed some sort of demon.
Opie would do that.
This is an
Totally an Opie move.
Classic Opie.
this is an unholy place.
You see that Zaria kind of, a faint smile kind of crosses her lips, and she's just like, how intriguing. All these different creatures set here, just for us to explore.
So demon, undead, or grab bag? Which is it going to be?
There's
Yes.
some sort. That door has some sort. That door to the north. It has some sort of otherworldly presence. I don't know how to describe it. I've
Rickard
never
is like,
encountered such a
let's
thing
try
in
that
my
one then.
teachings.
You know, I can't help but think to myself, the man who sent us in here said, "Oh, you know, I regret not going in there. He lived a long, happy life."
Of regret.
It's like, I don't know how I feel about this.
So Rickard is like, well, I'm ready to unlock the door to mystery. The north one is what I say.
All right.
Sure.
Um,
All equal mysteries.
Calvin, go for it.
Calvin. Oh, go ahead. Maya.
Wait, can I give Calvin a little blessing? Poor Calvin.
Yes.
He's been used so many times. Alright, well, yeah,
Well,
I'm gonna...
You can.
Calvin's
You're
going to be the
gonna
only
need
one
a
that
dustpan,
survives.
though.
He's gonna
That's
be the one that
yeah,
makes it.
exactly.
Then he'll become a true wizard.
yeah,
No, he
yeah.
won't. No, he'll
This-
go
this
back
will
to
be-
farming. He'll go back to farming and live the rest of his life and never tell anyone. And that's how this will end.
Oh, this could be the beginning of his wizard life. Oh, okay, this has a high bit of failure, though. Okay, alright. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna try to bless.
All right.
So she just kind of, now that things are calm, she just kind of looks around and, like, this is pretty grim circumstances, but she looks at the blackened Calvin and says to him, go forth and discover the secrets. We will unravel them together.
He's like, no one's ever said anything that nice to me before.
Oh no.
It's getting weary-eyed.
Shut up, Calvin.
Okay.
Open the door.
I'll do it.
Question is, what is his
All right, Calvin, go for it.
alignment?
What is Calvin's alignment?
Good question.
He's a
Let's
Calvinist.
see. Yeah, I'm gonna say Calvin's neutral. Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Like Calvinist.
That's fine.
Mhm.
That's fine. Okay.
He's too
Yeah.
dumb to have a strong opinion one way or the other as a whole.
That's fine. What does auspicious circumstances mean? Oh, like if you're in a temple of a cleric's god on sacred holiday, blah 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 blah. Yeah, no, I'm assuming we're none of that. No, is there any holiness in this land?
Let me look at your guide.
I just said it was full of demons and undead. I don't think there is.
Yeah, I mean,
that may be
you don't know
which
which god she's serving.
That's a very good point.
Where is?
Maybe they're reformed demons and undead.
I actually think that your god is especially pleased, like with what you're doing here. This is exactly in line with what they would want.
Yeah.
So, what does that do? Does that narrow the disfavor range, or does that provide a bonus? I don't have.
Oh, it
Get
provides
you
a
a bonus.
bonus up to your discretion. So between a +1 or a +4, depending how much you think it pleases the god.
I think this is right up your god's alley. I think you'd get a +2.
All right. Okay. So, with the +2 and then a -1, so the +1, and then what are my bonus? Oh yeah, it's still just +1. So total of a +2. Let's see what we can get. Please be good. Whoa! Natural 20!
A natural 20. That's a critical success. I think you get stuff for that.
Oh, does that do something?
Yeah, I think.
Just your total roll.
Oh, okay, then no, it's just gonna be 22.
Well, it should change the spell anyways, right?
Does it do something?
So were you blessing him? Was that what you're using?
Yeah.
What's the spell?
It's the Bless Ally.
Oh, you have like the list of abilities, right? Like turn undead and all that kind of stuff that's listed for cleric. Is that what you're saying? And bless ally is one of them.
No, that's a spell that I chose.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So what's the result for the spell for bless ally?
Yeah, so for 22, the ally receives a +2 bonus to all attack rolls, damage rolls, saving throws, skill checks, and spell checks for 1 turn. So it's just a little bit of boost of confidence for Calvin.
He's the happiest he's ever been in his life.
I feel
This is great.
This is the.
He has no idea who your god is, but he thinks I'm chosen by God. I don't know what god that is, but.
So Calvin, what is Calvin trying to do anyway?
He's opening that door to go north.
Calvin is so pumped, like he's ready to open. Like this thing is going to be magically trapped and locked. He's gonna prove himself. Now is the time, but it's unlocked and it's just a door and it opens.
It worked.
Exactly.
It worked.
That was because of your greatness, Calvin.
He is the chosen.
Good job, Calvin.
I didn't die. It did work.
You are chosen for sure.
Okay,
I mean, he still has that, so if he needs that at some point...
He steps confidently into the next room.
How long does that last?
Good.
1 turn, so roughly 10 minutes for an encounter.
This enormous chamber is filled with a large rectangular pool of water running the entire length of the room. Diffused light shines upward from the pool, illuminating wide pillars that are lining the walls. Strangest of all, however, are man-shaped, crystal-like creatures that are visible in the shadows. They're shuffling around in the dark. They shuffle about slowly, their strange crystalline bodies sparkling like jewels whenever they catch the light that is glimmering from the pool. You can see another door on the far corner in the darkness. You can see just the indentions in the wall and the place where the recess of the wall is. There's nothing else. It's a square room, just with the pool, the pillars, and these things that are shuffling around. And as Calvin enters, who has lights? Like, does Calvin have a light?
He had a
Visha's
torch.
peasants
Okay.
have a light.
These
I
things
think we had it on yellow group, yeah?
They start moving toward Calvin.
Oh.
Calvin, no.
Hey,
Yeah. Stay out of there.
since this room has its own light source, can we see in here without having the fog of war and darkness?
You could, you would not be able to see well, but you would be able to
Okay.
see just the light shimmering off the pool and sometimes glinting off the crystalline humanoid forms.
Oh, okay.
Do you want to put the lights out? Like tell Calvin to put the light out? Is that what you're saying?
What? He's just standing by the door. Should I go in? Come out?
And they're getting closer.
They're coming towards him.
Yeah.
He's gonna run away because he's in. Oh, they're coming.
Close that door.
Slams the door.
All right.
Yeah.
Slams the door. The door slams. And
I
you don't
told you
hear
they
they
were-
were strange magic.
you hear stillness on the other side, and you don't hear anything except
Oh, shoot.
So they were like crystalline, man-shaped forms coming for him.
they were coming toward him. Yeah, as he opened the door. Yeah.
Which vibes did you pick up with the detect magic on them?
What was the direction of alien magic that I didn't understand?
This direction. Yeah.
Okay. Unknown vibe.
What are the options again? Fiend, undead, fairy, celestial.
The examples given were extraplanar creatures, demons, devils, celestial, and the undead.
These are none of those.
Elemental? Elemental would be extraplanar, wouldn't it?
It says
no.
non-mortal origin. I'm assuming they're non-mortal, right?
Yeah, that's why I would describe it as like you can't quite place it, but they are of non-mortal origin. Yes.
Gotcha.
Cool.
Okay.
What if Calvin opens the door and throws a torch? Will they go towards the light, or are they coming after Calvin?
Do you want to try to do that?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
That's a pretty cool plan.
You open. Calvin opens the door and throws the light. And how do you know? I guess
Well, he's
close the door,
He's
you
going to
know.
be standing in front of the door with it open long enough to see if they're
I see
coming
what you
at
mean.
him.
Yeah.
And if he
Okay.
gets,
Their heads
if
turn.
they're waiting and they whack him, then so be it, Calvin.
Yeah. Calvin. Okay, so he stands in the door.
Calvin will be fine. He's chosen by God.
He throws the
Yeah,
torch, and sure enough, all of these things start to like kind of slowly go towards the torch.
So they're going towards the light source, it looks like.
Mm-hmm.
And just casually walks across the
Then
water.
Calvin is going to kind of try and sneak and keep back to the wall, or whatever direction, opposite direction he threw the torch. He threw it one side and kind of sneaks in the room like, okay, let's see if they notice.
Without any light, right?
Yeah, I guess the light is, there's a torch on the floor maybe,
Yeah.
and that's about all you can see.
Right. Okay.
Yikes.
So, is he sneaking along the wall? And they're towards this light. They don't.
Yeah,
walk-
he's got his back to the wall, kind of feeling the wall as much as he can, until he can't see anything.
They eventually they all gather around the torch, and they just slightly stoop over toward it,
Oh.
and they're
That's
all just gathered
weird.
around the torch,
Okay.
and they don't bother Calvin at all.
That's
I'm gonna
spooky.
I've got an elven artisan in my guys, so he's going to join Calvin. So now it's Calvin and my elf.
Mhm.
Sneak
Yeah,
in
I'm
there
gonna send
to
in
join.
Leary the Eye. He's halfling too, so he has infravision.
Okay.
Green cheese
Oh.
can stay here. He's
What
also
races
halfling.
can see in the dark then? 'Cause that is useful.
I think dwarves and halflings for sure.
And elves, I
Pull
think
up
pretty
the book.
much the three main ones get improvision. So.
Yeah, I think they do. Like
Okay.
that's your big bonus for playing a non-human and not
Um,
getting a class.
Got
Non-human
you.
captain class.
Okay.
Steve,
Yeah.
which color are you?
Pink.
Pink. Okay, I'm gonna make you a little copy for your halfling. It's a level 0 halfling. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So now you have control of that token.
Okay.
It's
They
so
go-
small.
It's reasonable.
Okay. Well, yeah, I'm gonna send in Elavina as well, since she's the only elf that I have, so she'll be able to see.
Okay. I'll. You send them all in, and these things are not paying attention to them at all. They don't seem to care anything about them.
Cool.
Are they doing anything to the light?
Nope. They're just like they all get close to it, and they stand, and then they just kind of lean over toward it, and they're all like just hovering over it.
Zaria will just say quietly, "Torches do not last forever, boys," and she'll start ahead and hurry along, following, just holding onto like Elavina's back, and so her and all of her peasants will start with her guidance going ahead.
Okay. You guys are gonna try to follow the wall.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or I mean, Elavina can see
Then-
better than us, so I
yeah.
mean, wherever she guides us, really, we're at her mercy.
Right. She's able to find the wall.
Vishta and his peasants are going to start wrapping ropes around their waists so they can
Okay.
stay together.
All right.
Fair enough. Fair
They're going
enough.
to, put out their lantern and follow along.
All right. Yeah, you're all
So-
able to do that. No problem.
Green Cheese and I are going to catch up to Leary, and
Jeez, okay.
Green Cheese will go ahead,
Green
and
cheese.
Leary will be behind. Yeah. Our mothers like to name us after things they like. Would not suggest or recommend green cheese. Saw a man go blind.
Yeah, you all are able to. I'll give somebody
Sneak,
else a
sneak.
light here just so you can.
Sneak.
Here, let's see, bright light, 20 feet, so you can kind of see where they are. There you go.
Yes.
My peasants still have light right now.
Wait, what?
But like their light has not gone away yet.
Oh, okay. I'm like, they don't have a torch.
And that's fine.
I want that to be a thing before I go in.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Yeah, I get it. You so you put the lights out. Yeah, that makes sense.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Sneaking around.
So yeah, there's these weird glass things standing over a torch that will eventually burn out, I guess.
Give them a light. Actually, I've got one here.
Is there anything weird with those columns, or are they just like marble columns? Or...
Yeah.
Is there anything on the walls in here?
Yeah. Let's so stuff that you see on the walls and in here. I was like, what in the world? Okay. The pool of water is shallow. And the water just gently kind of, moves just slightly back and forth. And in the water, down at the bottom of the pool, you see piles of what look like crystals, which seems to be what's reflecting and making that diffuse light. That's reflecting.
Making the light?
No, it's not making light. It's just like as light hits it, it's shimmering off the water, and you realize like, oh, there's crystals down there, like down at the
Okay.
bottom of the pool.
Where's the light coming from?
From the torch.
Oh,
And there are, you notice, oh, well, no, that's not true. Okay. Let's see, what else do you see here? Other than that, the columns have that kind of blue lichen to them, and there's the floor is like this, earthen kind of marbled slabs And this is almost like a big spa or something. It's not a spa, but you've got these big slabs, and it's damp in here, and the air is stale. And
Damn, I didn't realize we changed systems. I wasn't aware we were playing Doom Spa of the Crystal-Bodied Mothmen.
I believe you in that's an actual adventure.
I was making a pun on a dungeon name, but there is one about the Doom
yeah,
Cave
I
of
kind
Crystal-Headed
of
Children.
want us to chill and have a spa day, and these crystal guys give us a.
I mean, they do seem pretty chill.
I don't know, they seem pretty sharp.
Just for exfoliation.
All right.
Oh, this looks like a day.
Yeah, it's gonna flinch all the bad stuff right off you, I guess.
This door.
Get all the dead cells and the life.
It's the same as those doors that you saw coming in, like a very well made iron banded door.
Oh shoot!
Oh hey, another barricade.
Pepperdip's gonna move away from those. He had a bad experience.
Is there anything on it?
Just a handle. No crystals above it or anything. No constellations.
Okay.
You know the drill, Calvin.
We don't have to send Calvin. I can
Calvin-
send one of mine.
Calvin loves it, and he just confidently strides forward and opens he opens the door and then turns around like I did it, and then the door
Touched
opens.
by God.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Chosen by God.
Sweet.
There's a stairwell descending down into a narrow, dark, vertical space. And I'll copy all you all. Do you all go down? You continue on, or okay? Let's see.
But
Yeah.
Yep.
It's like Glenn. I mean, it's better we go this way than wherever the demons and undead are.
yeah,
I'm not trying to
crystal
put
guys
you
are
all
kinda
further
chill.
in the room. I just didn't have space, so you all kind of spilled further forward into the room because of all the minions and everything that you have in your party.
Mm-hmm.
Do I have everyone? Is that everybody? Or am I missing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Where are we at? Do we change maps or anything?
We did. Yeah. Did it load for you?
Mine's lag.
Okay.
I'm probably lagging, so.
You may need to restart. That's what
Yeah, I'm reloading.
you had to do.
This spiral
Now I see it.
staircase, it leads down into a long, narrow room now with another door at the far wall, and there's several ledges along the wall here. And these ledges are holding miniature clay soldiers, and there are two tables of armies of opposing soldiers that are laid out around little mock buildings and hills. This is obviously some kind of like a war planning room.
Huh.
Oh hey, they're playing Warhammer Fantasy First Edition.
Or maybe it's like 50th edition.
It's
'Cause
chainmail.
maybe it's the future.
Dungeons and
Precursor.
Dragoning 7000. 23rd edition.
got a feeling that anything we do with these little miniatures will affect whatever's on the other side of that door.
Well, how do they seem to be laid out right now? Like looking at them, is it clear that there's two sides against each other, or does it look like one team planning? Or
Yeah, it looks like there are two tables with four armies, with two armies on each table. They are not arrayed facing an opposing force necessarily, unless they're the opposite table. But you have this organization of an army, and then at the head of it are like, clay soldiers that are different. And then at the head of that are gleaming silver soldiers.
Patravishta's gonna pick one up.
One of the clay ones or one of the silver ones?
One of the silver ones.
You pick it up.
Inspect it.
It looks very finely made, and it looks like it would probably fetch 20 gold pieces to the right buyer.
Do they fit in pockets?
They do.
I'll test that just to make sure with a couple of them.
All right, you take 2 of them. That leaves 1.
Okay.
Oh, I don't want to rob everybody else. I'll leave one. Like,
It's okay.
I'll take one.
So very kind of you to leave one for 2 of them. Well, the one of you has 2 of them.
So there were silver and what other? There was like what other
Clay.
types?
Clay, but they were like 2 different types. What's different about them?
Yeah, they look like little generals or little lieutenants, that are at the head of the armies. You've got a bunch of clay ones that have spears and shields and swords, and they're all kind of arrayed together in a formation, and then you have these clay ones at the head of it, and then one at the head of that is silver.
Okay.
Do the armies have different themes, or do they all look the same?
They all look the same.
Huh.
Rickard, the wizard, will take some of the general-looking ones, just because you never know when something like that would be helpful.
All right, the clay general ones.
Mm-hmm.
All right, yeah, you do that. You have 3 clay generals.
And then and you guys feel free to take some toys home for your kids or something. If you got any kids, I don't care.
Yeah, we should start passing some of them around to the other to his peasants.
The peasants.
I mean, sure.
They're ecstatic that they get.
Why
something
not?
like
Yeah.
this. Yeah.
We'll
Yeah.
just, I guess,
The kids
disperse
can-
them. We never know if we'll need them.
All right. You have
Yeah.
peasants that are just like
Hey,
pockets and like arms full of like clay soldiers now. Okay.
hey, they're not floppy little Reaper Bones models. These are pretty nice.
Zaria just kind of walks down the hallway, tracing her hand on the wall. I wonder what this place was. Why were
You
they
end up
planning for a war?
rubbing across some old promo posters for Legend of the 5 Rings.
Yeah, just knocking the dust off of all the posters as she goes along.
Legend of the 5 Rings. Wow. I haven't thought of that in a long time.
I thought you were going to
I've
say.
been trying to get into that game. I want people to play that with.
Workplace safety posters, as I thought, because I was in the army and I was like, yeah, that's probably true. See something, say something. What does that mean? What's the riddle? Okay, what do you all do? There's nothing
Well,
else
first-
really peculiar about this room, but you can.
First, I'm going to take down that Spelljammer map they've got.
All right, Calvin.
Carefully roll that up.
Yeah.
Tell me about that door.
Oh,
Okay.
Calvin checks out that door. Calvin confidently strides forward and opens the door. It's not locked.
Oh, hey, Zoids are on sale.
And
Cool.
Calvin,
I'm gonna
open
give
her
him some more
doors.
light. I'm gonna assume that you'll have however much light you need. Or
Oh
want.
yeah, I would like to relight the lantern.
When Calvin opens this door, you see a breathtaking scene. There is an enormous 3-tiered chamber spread before you, and on the inside is a from where you are right now. You see rows of clay statues, like in the room before. I think you would probably have to get closer into the room to be able to see.
Except they're giant, life-sized.
Yeah, they are giant life-size. They're like
Yeah.
6 feet tall.
Are there noticeable gaps where some are missing?
Nope.
Okay.
Kind of thinking maybe I should take out the little piece and just put it down. And it's back.
And they're all facing the same direction, like in the art?
Yeah, they're all facing toward, like in a formation, like to the front, like toward you. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I'm gonna give you more light because I mean, assuming you're gonna investigate it. So
Get out.
let's see if I can get. This room is really big. All right, let's do even more light. Let's do like this. Bam. Okay. So eventually, you'll see on the far end of the room is a vast throne set on a dais. And there's this big clay warlord that resembles the statue that you saw earlier with the book and the furs. A pulsating light emanates from a crystal globe atop the throne. Beneath this dais, at the floor level, are 7 generals, obviously generals, standing motionless. And then this pit is lined with dozens upon dozens upon dozens of these clay soldiers, all in ranks. There's a stillness that pervades the room, and a silence. But then suddenly the stillness is broken as the arm once again moves forward, and
No.
Here we go again.
And then the entire army, after the arm has moved forward, and they move forward one step, and then and they start moving forward another step.
Oh,
Sorry,
come
what
back,
were you
come
saying,
back, come back, come back, come back.
Oh, to Calvin.
Yeah.
Calvin,
No.
break your toy. I just want to see that.
We have to set up our own army, perhaps?
You break the toy. It does nothing. It looks like
It does nothing.
It looks like these
Until
toys
we
don't
come
do
up with until we can come up with a solution, I'm going to say that Vishta is going to call his peasants forward to bring the bigger, heavier door that they brought down the stairs.
All right.
And put that in front of the doorway.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
You
To
all
block
bar the
it.
door against this advancing army of dozens of
Yeah.
clay soldiers. What do you do?
Vishta's going to turn to the others and say, "What do we do?"
Well, if anyone is familiar with any kind of war games, seems like your time to shine. We have the pieces. How do we defeat the army?
Guessing they don't breathe, so my choking cloud's not going to be much help.
Let's see. What does Vishta have? What can he do? All right.
So I don't know if
And-
color spray would work because
Like, while we were in this hallway before, we didn't hear any movement, right?
You did not.
Okay.
Vishta's gonna try something. He's gonna get up against the doors, plural, apparently. And he's gonna try to detect magic again.
All right. Go for it.
What did we get? What did we get? 13. What does 13 do? $64.
And remember, you can wait. No, you're a cleric. No, you can't.
Within the range.
Well, you're a cleric,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I am a cleric. I get. It's a 30-foot long and 30-foot wide cone, kind of pointing through the door and into the room. And then.
That's unfortunate. The room is huge.
Well, yeah, but I can get like the first group of soldiers in that, can I?
Yeah, and you don't detect any of those categories you had mentioned.
Well, this is a different result. I didn't get as good.
Okay. You do detect magic, but it's sort of it's obvious that something magical is animating these things.
Within range. Okay.
Hmm.
Well,
Vishta seems to pale and start to sweat a bit, and he says, "Okay. So, from what I understand, the statue was not magical. Those things are."
Is
I
there
hear the magic
anything
still advancing,
magical
or-
about these tables here, in which these statues were lying?
I can try to cast again. Check.
I mean, or she can. I mean, either way.
You have detect magic too.
Yep.
Oh, cool. How about you try?
Sure. So yeah, she'll take a look at specifically like the hallway that we're in now. Just like trying to look at these tables to see if there was anything magical like connecting it to the other room.
Sure.
Like if we should like set them up here to affect their kind of deal.
Yeah.
So let's try. Oh, come on, dice. Since I only have a +1. Oh, okay. Well, dirty 20.
Nice.
So, to write spell, yeah. Okay, the cleric can determine exactly which objects or creatures are magically enchanted within range. In addition, the spell reveals creatures of non-mortal origin. The cleric can choose between magical
Yeah, that's the
creatures,
result I
blah,
had
blah, blah,
before.
blah, 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 blah. Yeah, magical strength, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, same thing as before.
Okay. I have one question. What is their range?
It is a 30-foot cone, so it's 30 by 30 with the widest part of the cone being 30.
Okay. So basically, if you cast Back the Way, does it go through walls?
It goes through different substances. So, like, it can go through 3 feet of wood or 1 foot of
Okay.
stone.
I got you.
But she's aiming it specifically down the corridor, so I mean if she catches anything else on the edges of it, cool.
There is nothing magical about this room or any of these figures. They're nothing more than figurines. You do get a sense from in the stone on the other side, but because it's blocked, it's not much.
Yeah.
There's nothing demonic, celestial, etc. about the soldiers that you feel on the other side. There is something magically animating them.
Okay. Yeah, I mean that rules out the main theory that she was thinking. So she just kind of looks at everybody and says, "Alright, see, there's not some mystical chess game that we play from here, unfortunately. Seems like we'll have to face them in some way."
Yeah. So we
got a
closed the
question.
door when to do all that, but are they still? Do we hear like if like Calvin puts his ear to the door or anything? Can we still hear them advancing, or did they stop when we closed the door?
Yeah,
Can
when
we
I
tell?
did mine through the door, I should have been able to tell if, like, they're still coming.
You don't hear them coming. You don't hear anything. You hear stillness.
Well,
Kind of want to send one of the red shirts in without one of the pieces to run and see if they chase them, or
all right, Calvin, you feeling?
He's like, he's
You getting limber?
Yeah, it's just his moment.
Feeling holy?
Actually, I've got an idea. I was looking up choking cloud. Turns out it does acid, so maybe I can get a bunch of them. I open the door and cast choking cloud in there. It actually isn't just poison; it's acid. So
Nice. Yeah, that could do something.
Could be useful.
so. All right, Calvin, apprentice, open the door and step aside as I. If everybody's okay with that.
Vishta gets the
How it's
peasants to
done.
barricade the door first.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Is there anything else anybody could add on top as well?
Um,
I'm gonna get green sheets.
I've got something.
Well, as soon as that door's opening, let's see. And do I want to? What I get? 13. So, can I spell burn after the fact, or do I have to do it before? I can't remember.
I like that.
So it's up to judge.
I mean, I like the idea that you could decide to spell burn, because to me that makes more sense.
Yeah. So good, because he was gonna do that, and then he's like, "It's not strong enough," and he puts a dagger in his hand and casts the spell. So I'm gonna burn. How much? So I got 13. That's a success, but Okay, I'm gonna burn. Okay, just 1 point of strength. So I stick it. I cut my hand to power the spell and fling that to into the acid cloud, and then you'll see what it looks like. I didn't roll my manifestation for it, so I want to see. Roll 1d8. So when I cast that spell, 8, I cast the spell, call out some gobbledygook, cut in my hand, throw it in there, and a blue cloud comes out of my hand apparently, and goes into the room. And with that would give me a 14. So up to 1d4 individual clouds of toxic gas appear around selected multiple targets, all of which must be within range.
Okay.
Each cloud inflicts a -1 penalty to all attack rolls for 1d4 rounds. Actually, that wasn't that great. Darn.
I'm sorry.
Can I burn?
Yeah, go ahead. Burn
It really just slows them down. Sorry, I was just reading it.
I mean, that's still pretty cool.
So they have a -1 penalty to attack rolls for 1d4 rounds.
Is it a -1 or -1 die?
It's 1d4 targets, so only up to 1 to 4 of these. However, and there's a whole bunch of them. I was hoping to get a cloud. So that was one.
How much? Give me like a damage kind of idea, because I've got some things to offer on this too.
Yeah, they actually did. I burned and it didn't do any damage. It just slows them down.
Okay. Nonetheless, you see that some of them get slowed down, but there are like dozens of these things, and they start advancing, and it looks like they're going to block the door soon, and just barricade the door.
Tell Green Cheese to fire a sling. See what happens.
Yeah.
Wait.
I was also going to say it's not strong enough. I'll cast it again to try and get a better result.
All right. What did you say, Steve?
Green Cheese has a sling.
Okay.
I'm going to see what happens when he fires a rock at one.
All right. They are roll to hit.
10, 11.
11. 11 does not hit. He misses, and it gets their attention, and they start advancing toward the door.
Shake my head at him disapprovingly.
Like the wall's beginning to shake on one side as it looks like the wall is about to be torn down.
Oh.
Grabs
Anyone else got anything?
Run away!
Gonna grab the peasant, pull Green Cheese in, get them to barricade the door, command some of the other peasants to grab the table. You first.
Boy.
What's up?
What were we gonna say?
Can I cast?
Oh, nothing. I just said, oh boy, nothing.
Yeah. Try and get a. Before we bar the door, can I try one more casting of Choking Cloud to get a better result?
Okay.
And I'm gonna burn some more this time if I have to.
Choke them with your cloud.
That sucked. Okay, well, that's a failure. So, So no more Choking Clouds. I'm like, come on! Ah! And it's just
Just trying so hard to squeeze one out. It's not working.
They pull you back from the door as you try to get a spell off, but and then they start barring the door again. And sure enough, you feel pressure against the door, and the wall. All of a sudden, you hear, and the wall shakes, and dust falls from the ceilings in the wall. It looks like they're about to tear the wall down.
Up the stairs! Up the stairs!
Yeah, up the stairs.
I guess.
Oh, you guys are going back in the other room?
Yeah, we don't know what else to do.
All right. Let's see here. You make it up to the other room. I assume you make all sorts of noise and you have torches lit so you don't trip and fall. These things start to slowly move around the room toward you. And and you can hear marching coming up the stairs.
Okay.
I'm really stabbing my hand again because I can burn some more spell to keep casting that spell even though I lost it. If you burn a spell point, you can cast again.
Okay.
I got an idea.
So let's see what
One of those would be nice.
17, that works. So I have to burn a point of something to cast it. So 17 without, so I'm burning another point of strength.
You see,
and I'm gonna burn another. Yeah. And then how much more am I getting? And I burn another. So I'm stabbing myself again and again. Work, damn it, work! And I throwing my hand down. I forgot my mercurial magic manifestation is a gust of wind blows around me when I cast this spell. So it's starting to get windy and everything in the corridors. I'm stabbing myself, and which I thought it was gust of wind moves, which for a choking cloud seems potentially very useful. But let's see. So now a single acidic poisonous cloud with a radius of 20 feet centered on a target of the caster's choosing for 1d4 rounds. So it does more penalties, and it takes 1 point of damage each round.
I would like to cast a thing as well, please.
All right. Where do you cast that?
So we were at the top of the stairs, right? So I was going to cast it at the bottom, down into the room below.
So they have to go
try
through
and
it.
fill up. Yeah, as much a choke point of choking cloud, so to speak.
You create this like miasma of gas and stuff down at the bottom of the stairwell. You can see them going through it, just marching slowly and slow down. You've bought yourself some time. Go ahead, Mo.
I am going to cast Darkness
All right.
Ooh.
at
Okay.
the top of the spiral staircase to create a wall or a field of shadow that will hopefully make them hesitate to pass through.
Oh, okay. Also, this is good.
So I'm going to go ahead
I have an idea.
and cast that.
All right.
15.
All right. Pepperdip shouts, "Throw your torches in front of the door. I don't need light. Follow me, voice. The crystal guys, they'll block the door. Let's get out of here."
Oh, you
Okay.
guys
It's a
are.
bit difficult when darkness was just casted.
If you guys throw them just in front. Oh, yeah. Okay. Outside the darkness, then the crystal guys will go around them, and you guys can follow my voice around, and because I can see in the
Okay.
dark.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
We'll cast some torches there then.
All right. Proctor Vishta, how did the darkness go?
I can make a 20-foot sphere of darkness, set it on a point 20 feet away. That will last for a round.
Okay. You hear marching in the darkness. So you guys cast this cloud, and then you cast this darkness coils out of your hands down into the point down there to try to slow them down, and then you pile the torches near the door.
Yep, throw the torches and start running.
And I'll put you all back into this room, and you hear eventually a clamor as you hear some fighting, obviously.
nice.
And,
Oh, goodness gracious.
Live.
you've bought yourself a little more time. Now what do you do?
Now we have to choose another door.
Eeny, meeny, miny, no.
All right. Odds left, evens right.
Well, I mean, let me see.
Undead or demons? We got how many clerics with us? So
Huh?
There, maybe real quick. If
Eventually, you
I...
start to hear marching.
Yeah.
Vista suggests going through the undead door.
Okay.
I hate it, but okay.
Put some of these things here. They're also dead.
Not fun.
Probably at least that many. Okay, so you guys go through the undead door.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
You open the door. And move the camera back to where you guys are. And you it's
This
a
is
musty
good tense
room.
music.
Yeah, these things are you can hear like the clanging on the floor as whatever was holding it back is busted through, and they're on their way.
Oh no.
And you see a burial chamber in this room, obviously, with alcoves, with loose bones piled in the alcoves. Rusty arms and armor adorn the walls beside each of the alcoves. Funeral masks are mounted beneath the loose skulls.
I'm not sure this is better.
I think we can hide in here.
That's
The marching grows closer. I'm moving the tokens.
It's either this door or the other door, or we run away, like outside. But I think then everything will disappear. And
I think this will all be for naught if we've just run away.
yeah,
Yeah.
We've lost too many lives.
So why not lose them
if
all?
only I was chaotic.
I mean, yeah, we gotta continue forward.
Misha says that these things need to pay for Elgi.
Which way is
For
forward?
OP.
Huh?
You guys go in the room or you go back the other
I'm gonna
way?
go in the room.
Okay. You go in the room, you see alcoves of, I'll brighten it up in here so you can see. Bright and 40.
Vishta's group has the lantern still. They didn't give that up.
Okay. Yeah.
So we go hide or try to.
You can hear the sound of the door being smashed in from back here, and you can actually see something burst through the door as it's shattered, as the first few
Okay.
make their way through.
Does anybody not want to hide in the bone room?
Well, there's this convenient piles of bone that we can hide in.
Oh yeah, what could go wrong?
I mean, it's too late now. I mean,
It's like we could have them from
Decisions
all
have been
sides
made.
of us. Let's go to a small choke point when we have. Well, yeah, we're screwed.
Hey, only a couple of them can come in at a time this way.
oh Lord, we're so dead.
All right, what do you all do? You've got, I'll say 10 seconds to decide before they come in the room.
If everybody's going in, I'll join.
All right, fine. If you're worried about what'll happen in here, I'm a lawful cleric. I'm gonna try turning the unholy.
Yeah.
Just to.
Everybody in and bar the door again? Or
Okay.
Yeah,
Is
it's
that
the
a
best.
spell check?
Yes.
All right, go for it.
Any favor? Any divine favor for
I didn't
my
catch
god
what
liking
your god was.
my god is the Lord of Creation, the one who put order to the world.
The Logos? No.
He was
No, it's in DCC.
what was his name?
Logos is one of the gods.
Yeah, what was his name? Hold on,
Or
I've got it written
Primus
down.
or something. I don't remember.
Chiranus,
Chiranus. So like,
Koranus.
I honestly, help me out here. Like, give me like a one sentence on this guy because I don't know anything about this guy.
Crystal Dragon Jesus.
Okay, that
Well,
fair
like
enough.
like very much a towering monotheistic creation deity.
Okay, and very much lawful, right? Okay,
Yes.
yeah, totally. So, yeah, I would say that you get a To try to abjure the undead, I would say you probably get a +2.
Yep. Okay, so that brings me up to a 17. Restore vitality, snake charms.
Oh, I don't like that.
Hold on. I'm trying to find the.
There's more.
Where is it?
Page 96.
96?
Is the Turn Undead table, I believe. Turning Unholy. Turn Unholy result by HD. You got a 17?
Yeah, I did.
30-foot range. Turn 1d3 plus cast cleric level.
Yeah, I was looking in the spell section. Hey, 4.
Okay.
Repel 4 undead.
You repel 4 undead, and what does that what happens when you do that?
I'm not exactly sure.
Ability is power and holy
I have
symbol
never-
and holy
Ending.
deeds. You turn away enemies of faith. You turn. Let's see. FD20 is rolled. Caster level, personality, and luck modifiers.
Well, this is what happens. You all of a
Oh,
sudden.
they make
like, Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
they make a will save against with his spell check, and on a fail, I think they run away.
Oh, running away. Okay, in that case, this is what happens. You hold out your holy symbol and say whatever sacred words or whatever that you do, and then you hear screaming coming from the piles of bones.
Oh, boy.
All of a sudden,
Screaming
they begin
piles.
to like. They don't move, but they clack like they're just piles. Like they don't have like arms and legs to be able to move. But voices
no.
come from the piles of bones, and they're chanting a name.
Okay.
That sounds.
And
That sounds cultish.
the noise is drawing the attention of things outside, and all of a sudden you can hear marching as things draw closer.
Yeah.
Can I whack the bones to silence them?
You can try. Let's see. Make
Please or cowards.
an attack.
Let's see here. Hold on. I'm trying to open the sheet back up. Attack with my spear. Hell yeah.
Which one do you attack?
This one in the nearest alcove up here.
Okay. What'd you get? 4
I got a 20 to hit it,
hits.
and I got 3 damage on it.
Let's see. 3 damage. You destroy some of the bones, and we'll go into initiative order and fight now.
Okay.
Oh boy.
This is going to be horrible at all.
Yeah, and the walls are about to be. You can actually feel like the walls shaking as they start pounding on the wall on the outside, and they're pounding on the door here as well. If you're going to try to destroy the bones, they're going to try to fight back. So everybody roll for initiative. Yeah, it's the same thing. So let's see. Okay.
Oh.
All right. And I'm just going to go by person here. Lane.
2.
17.
17.
Is my
Maya.
initiative, yeah.
I'm looking up what my initiative is. Oh, it's a +0. Okay, easy roll.
8.
8. Okay. Steve?
An 11.
11. 11. Okay. Okay. Lane, you're able to act first.
Okay, so we got screaming skeletons or bones and clay soldiers banging on the walls.
Yeah.
Okay. Shoot. And I've got a bunch of spells
Okay.
that are helpful against these things. All right. All I got is a dagger, and sure.
Let's do it.
We had spears that we got from those other guys.
Oh, there were 4 spears, but
Yeah,
I didn't
4.
grab one, and oh man, my wizard, and then I don't my peasants actually got other stuff, but let's see. Do I get to attack with all of them, or am I just going with the wizards?
You can attack with all of them, absolutely.
Okay, well, let's see, another dagger. Let's just keep that same roll. Sorry.
I'm going to get rid of all these extra peasants, and they're just going to be...
Okay, so that's an 8. So that's another one that's not going to hit. My mercenary, I do have a mercenary with a longsword who rolled a 17 to hit with a longsword.
That hits.
He's a wimpy one, so he's 1d8 minus 1. Let's see. So 4 damage to a skeleton or a pile of bones.
Okay.
And another one with it.
Actually, I messed up. That would have destroyed that pile of bones, the first one. And you hear a
Nice.
hiss as you start to strike and destroy these things, almost like an air is escaping a gasp of death. Energy is released and the bones crumble into lifelessness.
Okay. So now I've got a wheat farmer with a pitchfork who's not done much. He got a 12. Does a 12 hit?
12, shoot. Oh, here we go. A 12 does hit, yes.
Okay. For 2 points of damage to the next one.
Okay, and that also destroys that pile of bones. You hear it hissing.
Okay. And an elven artisan has a staff. That would be a 13 for staff is 1d4 minus 1, so that's for 3 points of damage.
Alright, that destroys another pile of bones. Actually, which pile were you attacking?
Oh, going, I guess, going counterclockwise around the room. No.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll say that. And that'll be my turn.
Alright, Steve.
Okay. Pepper Dip's gonna attack this one. If I can do the thing. I can't do it. Alright, so he's gonna attack with a short sword. Ooh, 16. Where are you? 18.
18 hits.
Alright. 1d6. 2.
Let's see. 2 is exactly what you need. You destroy the pile of bones before they can bite you.
Fantastic. And then, are we attacking with our guys
Peasants,
too?
yeah, you can do that.
Okay, so hopefully green cheese will do a little better with his sling this time. Pew! No, not so much. 7, 8. Where are you? 8.
8 to hit.
Yeah.
Hits, actually.
Oh, okay. Right on.
Yeah.
Where are we? Boom. So that's 4 points.
All right, you destroy the next pile of bones.
Nice. And then, what's his name? Leary is going to charge the other one with his dagger and poke with a 1. Nat
1 does
1.
not hit. And
Okay.
you also have a fumble.
Fumble table.
That's a fumble.
Yeah.
What is the fumble table for this person? Or wait, no, it's the same table.
It's
So
the
you
same
would roll
fumble
a-
table. His fumble die for a
Die,
level 0
that's right.
character is a D4,
Right.
and then that is modified by your luck. So for this, you invert your luck bonus, and then
Okay.
that's what you add or subtract to your fumble.
Oh, he's got a -1.
Okay, so that'll add 1 for this.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. All right.
So it'd make any fumble result worse.
Okay. I got a 2.
A
2 total?
Luckily.
It
Yeah.
says you trip, but you can recover on a DC 10 reflex save. Otherwise, you spend the next round prone. So if you can roll a 10 with your reflex, then you're good, and otherwise you're
Ooh.
prone.
20.
20. You
Well, total of 20, not
almost
an at
slip
20,
and
but
fall, but you get back up.
It kind of
Good job,
somersaults
Leary.
through the bones.
Yeah.
He meant
That
to
was
do
his
that.
that was his tactic all along, yeah.
Mo.
everyone else killed one, but good for you, I guess.
He's trying to steamroll
Your
them.
heart is in the right place. Mo,
He's a little confused, but he's got the spirit.
An effort was made.
it's your turn.
Gold star, you tried.
Your turn, Mo.
Oh, okay. Hi. Proctavishta is going to cross over, keep cheering all the rest of them on for destroying the bones, and he's going to cross over and whack them with the butt of his spear again.
Okay.
He got a 14 to hit
Hits.
and 9 damage.
Okay. You shatter the remaining bones. The room falls quiet with the final hiss. You realize that outside of the room, it's also quiet. You don't hear anything.
All right. Alvin, you've been good luck so far. Do you want to peek out?
Calvin is the hero of the story.
It really
Often
is.
is the real
He
hero.
is,
An
apparently.
idiot apprentice. Yeah.
Calvin,
Samwise of this
Chosen
tale.
by God.
Calvin, when you poke your head out and look outside, you see clay statues everywhere, standing perfectly still.
Okay.
If only he had the silence spell.
I'm gonna have him try and peek his way, step through it between them. Can he step between them and kind of? Do they do anything when he
Nope.
does?
Nope, they don't do anything. They all just stand.
Proctavishta's
perfectly
going to push
still.
one over.
They're all standing, facing toward this door. It takes a lot of strength, so you're going to need to make a strength check to do that.
I will absolutely do that. I want to push one over. These things attacked us. I am mad at them for being built.
Mm-hmm.
No, 7.
Yeah, you're not. It's incredibly hard to push one of them over, but they don't move and they're not doing anything.
Well, that's convenient. Let's go back downstairs if they don't.
Okay.
Yeah, Zaria will just kind of place a
Are
single
we
finger on her lips and
Are
look
we
at everybody.
sure we want all of these statues between us and the exit?
You want to go home now, or do you want to fight a demon, or you want to go to the room with the stuff?
Well, when you
that
put it that way.
are not there. Go home, fight demon, investigate room that doesn't have things that want to kill us. Hopefully anymore.
That's a really good question. He doesn't have a good answer for you.
That is a head scratcher.
Okay. When you make it back down, you see these things. They are everywhere. Actually, they should be. I'm not gonna. No, I will actually. I will send to back and see if I can see if I can put him back here.
Oh.
They are just simply everywhere. There are dozens of them, and they're all standing around. You see some of them have been melted away by Rickard's spells, but yeah, but they just they stand motionless. And I'll reopen the
Okay.
door here.
Let's peek in the door then.
All right, Calvin, keep it up.
This time when you come into this room and you see this dais with the huge statue, his hand is still pointed out, but the
Important question before we get to that. The crystal guys.
yes, I'll show you what happened to the crystal guys real quick.
Okay.
I assume they're just shattered, but
Yeah, actually, if you all go back into the room to the north, you'll see it.
I'm worried about my friendos.
Oh.
They were all slaughtered.
They did a number.
They stood at the door with the light, and then were attacked, and they fought until they were all destroyed. Anyways.
Okay, sorry for interrupting. I just thought that was
okay.
important to find out.
Yeah. Okay, so the dais, you got a statue. The crystal globe that was atop the dais is now fallen and is sitting in front of the statue. And these statues of generals that are in front of him have been shattered.
oh,
And I'm sorry, and also that statue is also it's been beheaded and parts of it are gone.
jeez.
Oh boy. Okay.
Okay.
Oh,
Huh.
against my better judgment, let's get brave.
Yeah, so how many generals were there?
There were
7. Yeah, there were 7 rows of dudes.
Okay, so were there 7 dead things we killed?
There were.
Huh.
There's not even a door in here.
If you have elves, you can make a check. And what type
Okay.
of check is it? This is one where
I got
lost.
one.
Whatever
What do your elf eyes see?
perception, investigation check, whatever it would be, that basically be able to see what's going on.
Okay, let's see. What are stats? I mean, they're not gonna be good.
Intelligence.
Yeah, an intelligence check. Yeah.
Yeah.
It actually says it here somewhere. Elves automatically get this. I remember that. Without having to ask. It says it here somewhere. Oh, I don't have elves in my core roll.
Is it heightened senses?
They, anyways, what did you all get for your elves? For your rolls?
Oh, let's see. If it's just straight intelligence?
Yeah.
Okay. What is my elf die? I will use
11.
11.
How have your elf died?
a 3.
3. They notice
3
nothing
whole elves.
except this crystal globe on the floor in front of the ruined statue that is emitting a bluish
Damn
light.
it.
Ooh, my wizard is intrigued.
I mean, yeah.
Rickard will,
Sorry,
that's
is
what I
also
can't- That's
intrigued.
what I'm here for.
So yeah, we're gonna tiptoe our way as well
The terracotta Arkenstone.
towards it. Tiptoe.
Terracotta Tesseract.
Through the tulips, out the window.
Sneaking.
You all
Oh, Tiny Tim. Oh.
very
Yep.
slowly make your way there and sneak, but they don't move, and it's completely still and quiet. And Rickard, if you want, you can take the crystal globe.
Ooh, yeah.
Is there anything
will-
behind the statue? Or like
It
around its
didn't.
throne? Like the big one?
You could. What do you? Is there anything behind it? Yes. Let me see here. Oh, you're trying to. Okay. It just looks like.
I'm just kind of looking.
Okay. Yeah. You could make a. Again, it would be an intelligence check.
Do I have any smarter peasants?
What does heightened senses mean?
Yeah, what does that do for elves?
I was reading it earlier. I thought. Actually, good question. I don't know. And I don't have it in my
Okay.
core rule book. I have to look at the free rules because my core rule book is defective.
Vishta is actually the smartest character I have.
Here we go.
Hell yeah, he
Elf.
is.
Heightened senses. Elves are astute and
Wait.
observant. All elf characters receive a +4 bonus to detect secret doors. Moreover, when simply passing within 10 feet of the secret door, elves are entitled to a check to detect it.
So, wait a second. So, wait, what were your all's checks again? Because what did you roll?
I don't think mine is going to help with the +4, even that's still a 7.
Okay.
Oh, I had an
What?
11, so that'd be a 15 if that.
You got an 11?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I got a 17.
A 7. Rickard, what is your elf's name?
He was just elf.
His
So
name's
far
just,
he was
it's just elf.
Alf.
he was the elf. Rickard didn't learn
Funny.
his name.
They
He
just-
recruited
they
some
did-
peasants.
it's funny.
It was Calvin,
They just call him Elf.
Wilson, and that wheat farmer and the elf.
Elphus.
That wheat farmer.
Elphys.
just that wheat farmer.
Yeah, and it's like the elf finally is like, the name is
Well, this is his moment of truth, and Elf finds a place in the wall that doesn't seem to fit the
Elf.
rest, and they're able to move away some of the stones, and there's a path back there.
Alphys Presley.
ooh, well.
Putting that down.
All right, found something, boss. All right, so
Okay, well that's spicy.
what's in the wall?
Vishta's gonna bring over the lantern.
Yeah, let's take a look. See what's in there.
Who's going first?
Calvin.
I'll send Green Cheese ready with his sling because he's done so well so far. You know?
Okay.
Nice. Green cheese, you start going into the hallway. There's this pinkish, whitish cobblestone. But they do seem to be stones. And the pathway, it goes on and then it bends further ahead in the dark.
Okay, he's a pretty clever little guy, so he's checking to see if any of these cobblestones look even the slightest bit different than the
He's
other
a
ones.
Plucky wee lad.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they look perfectly. They're all weird. They're all equally weird.
They're all perfectly weird.
Everything terrible.
There are no normal stones here.
Right. This is right.
But doesn't it make them all normal then?
No.
All right. What do you all do?
He's not dead yet, so I'll follow
come here.
behind.
You
Clearly, they were trying to hide something behind him.
Calvin will let someone else have the lead this time.
in a
Yeah.
No,
bend,
I'm chosen by God!
in a bend ahead in the hallway, you see a square room, and it's spartanly appointed with simple wooden shelves and just a camp chair and a sleeping pallet. There are wooden shelves that are holding a bronze rod over here on the far end, a copper brazier. I don't know.
It's
Fi-
up for debate.
Thank you.
Brazier?
Brazier, fine
Brazier.
weapons and armor, and a brass-bound tome. And then at the center of the floor is a large pentacle, and with a perfect crystal sphere-shaped circle at the center of it. with a recess that would perfectly fit this crystal sphere.
See, now that's how they get you. But all these nice things around there, and then there's that one in the middle. But the big trick is that that's the real treasure, and everything else cursed.
Okay, Calvin, pick up the tome first. You can't read, so it won't do you much good. But just see if it, if it's evil and he blows up or something.
Wait, I feel like I want to bless Calvin again before he goes
Calvin,
into this
Your
one.
training is
Calvin is
Training is-
naked.
I need
nearly
to bless
complete.
him real quick,
Okay.
just real fast.
I'm gonna take an augury to see
What's
Calvin's
crazy is
future.
Calvin's gonna go to level 1 and like, oh man.
He needs to. He needs to be the only one that survives now.
Earned it.
Look, Calvin is the best around. He has done so many things. He has survived so many encounters. How is he not already level 1? Come on.
Calvin. To be fair, he has got a 16 luck. He's an idiot, but he's gonna make a great thief one day.
Fair enough.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Calvin is the man we hope to be.
So, a humble judge, since this is literally like this is the peak most stuff of curiosity and uncovering secrets.
Right. Yeah.
What kind of bonus can I get from you?
Let's do a because the purpose. I'll put it this way: if Calvin takes the sphere and puts it in there, then it would be a +4. Otherwise, it would be a +1. If it's for the book. then
Well,
it would be-
well, I have to bless him beforehand.
Okay.
Right, so it has to be for one or the other. For the sphere, your god would love it because it's like, oh
Okay.
yes. But if
Yeah,
it's the
but-
book,
but-
it would be like +1.
What did you tell him to do?
Well, Calvin's getting the book because Rickard's not
Okay.
giving up the sphere. But he's a wizard. He's jealous of his powers, but that's why
fine.
that's why his apprentice can't read.
That's fine. Yeah, I'll take it. That's fine. So that evens out to a +0. And then I have the +1 from my level. All right, come on. Be nice to him. Okay. That's just a 19. So
Nice.
he gets a +1 bonus to all attack rolls, damage rolls, saving throws, skill checks, and spell checks for 1 turn. Oh, so it's right now.
A turn is actually in DCC. A turn is like a good 10 minutes at least. It's
Oh,
anomalous.
okay.
So it basically uses turns and rounds. Rounds are your normal fast thing, but a turn is like an event or 10 minutes or a fight.
Oh, okay. See, that's the opposite in D&D.
Yeah, a turn's supposed to be it's not. They don't say it's definitely like 10 minutes. It's roughly 10 minutes or
It's a
an
good
event.
amount. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. So again, she just will kind of turn to him and give a small bow as she says, "You have been the victor amongst all of us thus far. I can only respect your job and your progression. Please bring us more knowledge that we can learn."
He's the victor. I'm the one who proposed that we slay the undead.
And here's a book.
That killed the statues.
You say all that in character. Calvin's
She's
just
mad
Calvin
about
is
it.
just as a slack jaw,
He's
just
actually salty.
Chad, just like
I'm here to open stuff apparently. So he opens the book.
She's kind of like, "Yes,
you can't read it. So
You're doing very good." Like just gesturing, like I'm trying to talk him up. Like, calm down.
No, Dr. Vish is a very proud man. He's very salty about this.
Yes, you've done good. Yes, good job.
so after all that, does anything happen when he opens the book?
no.
Yes.
The book is
Thing.
it's written in this like indecipherable ancient language that only someone like Rickard with long study and great resources could eventually determine what arcane secrets are unlocked here. I would suggest that like if you got the orb, you should give the book to Zaria.
Yeah.
'Cause she's
Yeah. Secrets and stuff.
Yep.
So, well, if it's written in Serpent Man language, he can read it.
I want to find out what's up with that rod.
Okay. You look at the rod. Half of the rod on the face of it is engraved with a demon's face front half of it. It's made of bronze.
Yes, we will use this to beat the demon to death.
Clearly, this is what this means.
I will slay all of the evil here with its own tools.
Rickard will put the orb, unless anybody has got anything else. We'll put the orb in the.
Did anybody
recess.
ponder the orb?
No, we haven't pondered the orb
No.
yet.
Oh, yeah.
Probably
No.
ponder the orb.
Yeah, let's look at that.
I meant to,
let's
stare
all
into
ponder
it.
the orb for a second.
Let's all just do the thinking man's.
The orb,
Sir, can I?
It emits a
Sir,
cerulean blue light, and otherwise it's
Okay.
perfectly spherical.
I mean, we can try to do some detect magic on it, right? Try to suss out what exactly is going on. I mean, it probably won't give much.
filled with it's just a fishbowl that's full of Romulan ale.
It matches
Probably
my
wouldn't give
choking
us-
cloud. It's blue. He likes it.
All right, so you put the orb in the thing.
Yeah.
Okay. When Rickard puts the orb into that thing, let's see here. As you look into this crystal ball, Rickard, you see an endless field of bright stars on a faint gray background, and a ghostly image of a war wizard, looking much like the statue, drifts in a star-strewn ether, perfectly still. And then a harsh goat-like face appears and fills the full sphere, and it stares intently at you.
I have waited a long time for someone to take the warlord's place,
The strange goat man says.
His astral voyage was cut short before he could rekindle the spark of his mortal coil. I am in need of an ally from your world. Feel this copper brazier with wood from a dryad's tree. Ignite it with the spark of a living fire. The blaze will reveal the location of the other half of the rulership rod.
And you realize, looking at the rod, that the front half has a demon's face and the back half is barren. And
Find that for me and you will be rewarded.
and then the globe dims to a mere crystal.
The other peasants are holding Prater Vishta back so that he will not smash the orb.
You leave that orb alone.
Oh yeah, because he's a lawful cleric, and this thing is super evil. Look, it's a goat man that's talking out of a crystal sphere. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I know where
Like
I'll be
you-
headed next.
They're using the weight of numbers to subdue him currently.
Yeah.
I'll keep it simple because basically either everyone basically lived or died with the exception of Proctor Vishta, but he came in toward the beginning. So everyone who's level 1 is level 2, everyone who is level 0 is level 1, and in Aerith, you all have found this portal under the stars. You're able to exit at your leisure, and then eventually, just as you exit the portal under the stars, it is fortunate that you do so because the constellation passes in the night sky, and suddenly, looking through the stones, you only see stone and forest, as if it were never there. I was gonna say I had a whole place where you could buy and sell if you needed to, and also the follow-on thing, the follow-on adventure, but it is pretty late. I'm pretty smoked.
There's a
So.
follow-up?
Yeah,
Yo, I didn't know about that. That's cool.
yeah. There's basically you can find a rumor about a dryad's forest and try to investigate it.
Awesome.
So.
Wait till we tell the
Actually-
old man how he. Oh, right.
Oh,
Ooh.
poor old man Roberts.
Actually, the I've actually done a hack where I've converted this adventure into Shadow the Demon Lord, because there's a level 1 adventure that could follow this level 0 adventure really easily that has a Dryad as main antagonist, and I thought that was just too good of a fit not to work.
Yeah, I like the thing I like about this is it's weird as hell, and I'm busy, and it's hard to manage like a complex modern TTRPG campaign. And you could take one of these things, and I just threw this down like with my wife. Like I opened the book and plopped it down, and we played through it, and it's so weird that it's like there's plenty to chew on, and we played it for an hour and a half and had fun, and then we moved on, you know. And I think for these online kind of things, it could work really well.
That's cool. Yeah, I also like that the implication is that this only comes around every 50 years. So only those that are going to be totally obsessed with it, which totally would be Zaria.
Yeah, no, I love that.
Are gonna stay on this like course.
Right, and see the way, and I don't know, maybe I might have this wrong, but the way I see these Dungeon Crawl Classic adventures is this is a major moment in these people's lives. They'll probably only have a few more things like this. Like when Rickard cast that spell, that was probably like the penultimate of his career. Like, and then you're going to do a few more adventures, and that career's going to be end. If he lives at all, but if he does survive, then he's going to have these crazy stories, and you have adventure arcs that you just have a few things like this. So Zaria, I could totally see that being the adventure where Zaria it's 50 years later, and she goes back to this place, you know.
That's awesome.
Oh yeah, she definitely would obsess over this.
Yeah, I like that sense of deep time, right? Like instead of it just being adventure after adventure.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks a lot for running. Glad I
Yeah,
Yeah, that was awesome.
in.
thank you for introducing
I got to
me.
play this game. This was great. Thank you, Ross. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I had fun, y'all.
Yeah.
And hope we get to play again sometime.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
I'm just sad that because you guys made your peasants pretty important, so you kept sending them forward. We didn't get to really meet a lot of them. I wanted you guys to meet Clyde and Rosaline.
Rosaline.
Clyde and Rosaline. He's a herder, and he has his herd dog with him.
Oh, that's right. He has a dog, and one of your people has a mandolin, or ukulele. Actually,
I wasn't gonna send the dog in though. So, and like it was like Clyde. He's like this real traditional countryman. He's just out there, and he's got his old dog Rosaline. She's no longer in her best days, but she's still real good. She's like blind in one eye. She's still real good at herding dog.
They're all level 1 now. Lane, I know you got to go real quick. I was going to ask you about obviously Calvin, which is the most intriguing thing about this whole adventure.
Yeah, I really
can Calvin be a thief? Can he be like?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh man. Okay, so you now have a level 1 thief that is like.
Yay!
He's got. I mean, thieves with luck. I mean, is.
Oh my god!
Pretty insane.
Use your luck for everything.
It's like the Grey Master too, because like he was a wizard's apprentice, but he sucked at it, and he was a dum-dum, but he was really good at and then he became a thief. Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, quick confession. I never even made sheets for my peasants.
Oh well.
Let alone name them. I didn't even get their sheets made.
Oh, good lord.
Yeah. Well, and he actually already has a black grimoire you can't read too. So, all right.
All right. Well, anyways, you all have a great night. I'll see you around.
Thank you guys.
It was great meeting you.